Hello, it's Scott Manley here, and today I am being very, very different. I'm playing something called Save the Date. Now, Save the Date. I should point out right away, there are major spoilers involved here. Before I play this, I really encourage everybody that's interested to go and play the game, right? But I'm going to show you how I beat the game in the end, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. It is the anti-rogue in many ways, right? And we'll find out what that means. But actually, it's a dating game. And so I have to take on the voice of Felicia. Hello! Oh, you're early. You must be calling about tonight. I mean to ask you when we were meeting. I know we were planning on having dinner, but we never decided where. God, I'm terrible. Where are we having dinner? Do burgers sound good? Sounds good. See you at the Burger Shack. Oh, wow. Everything smells so good. I had my doubts when you mentioned this place is out of the way and in kind of a sketchy neighborhood, but it looks great. I think I'll have the bacon burger with extra ketchup. Plain burger for me, please. Your meal is served and you both dig in. After a few bites, she stops eating and looks wistful. My dad would have loved this place. He would have been right at home. He really loved burgers, and this place has a great ambience. She sighs and pokes at her burger. What happened to your dad? She rewards your question with a brittle smile. He left Mom when I was 6. Uh-oh. She looks directly at you for the first time since the meal was served. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to dump on you out of the blue. I'm just not used to thinking about it. I honestly don't think it's ever come up since we moved here. Mom still tries to call him sometimes, but it's easier if I don't think about him. She gives you a much warmer smile this time. But enough of my personal soap opera life. I refuse to be upset in the face of such delicious hamburgers. She takes another big bite out of her burger. So I've been thinking lately about school and what comes after that. You can hear some kind of commotion coming from outside. Felicia cranes her neck to try and see. What's going on? Is something happening out there? It sounded like somebody shouting. Suddenly there is a loud noise from outside, a succession of loud bangs, like a string of firecrackers going off. It takes you a moment to register, for the red stain spreading across her shirt to register. Felicia looks down in uncomprehending shock. I think I've been shot. Then, ever so slowly, she crumples into the booth. You're vaguely aware of more sounds of gunfire from outside, but all you can hear is Felicia's laboured breathing, each ragged breath sounding louder than anything else in the world. It might have been minutes or centuries later when the ambulance arrives. A kind man with sad eyes loads her onto the gurney and rushes her off. He tells you not to worry, and that everything will be all right, but you both know he's lying. You heard the ragged breathing stop, and you saw the light fade from her eyes. You never do find out what caused the gunfight in the street. Some gang scuffle or a drug deal gone wrong, or something. All you saw was the terrible aftermath. The end. Your date has ended in disaster. No, Felicia. Okay, so let's try this again. I'm not going to reread all her lines. Ring, ring. Hello, okay, dinner. Let's try Thai food this time, huh? Ooh, I've never had Thai. That sounds fun. I've always wanted to try Thai food. This will be fun. Are you ready to order? Well, that's Thai accent, obviously. Oh, I think so. This picture of pad Thai looks amazing. I think I'll have that. What are you having? Ooh, I'll have shrimp fried rice. That sounds good. Let's go with that. Ooh, I like seafood. But no, pad Thai it is. It looks so delicious in the picture. Eventually, dinner arrives and Felicia dives into her meal with surprising gusto. Oh, this is delicious. We should have done this a long time ago. I'm so glad we were able to meet tonight. Do you know why I wanted to do this? No. Well, she actually looks flustered for a moment. I've been really wanting to ask you, well, sorry, this is hard to say.
Felicia pauses for a moment and takes a deep breath.
Really hard to say. I'm not feeling... Were there peanuts in that dish or something? I don't...
She topples face first into her food. The rest of the evening is a blur of ambulances and yelling, but somehow you feel like you already know what is coming. You're not really surprised when the ashen-faced medical technician comes to tell you what you already basically know. Felicia had a severe peanut allergy, and it killed her. The end. Okay, well, Thai food's clearly a bad idea. Ring, 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 ring. Hello, okay, skip. I think tonight needs to be taco night. Hooray for taco night!
This was a good idea. Everything's better with tacos.
Oh yeah, especially pink tacos. Never mind. That's a joke.
I've heard good things about this place, and I hear they got a new chef recently too. I really like how they're out on the docks like this. It's like we're eating right on the water. Where do you want to sit?
Let's see if they have a free booth. You're directed to a booth, and the server brings out water and menus.
Okay, let's have some tacos. Do you have any recommendations? I hear their fish tacos are amazing, but I'm open to other options.
Oh, fish tacos, you're right, they're to die for.
Ah, you've convinced me too. I'll have them too. I hope I don't sound obsessed to you, but for some reason I'm just really excited about tacos tonight. I'm not normally this obsessive, honest. Do you ever get like that? Obsess over some particular thing you want to the exclusion of everything else?
Not really, I'm pretty easygoing.
Yeah, I guess. Ooh, what's that?
She points out of the window.
Are those dolphins? I think those are dolphins.
You follow her as she runs to the railing to look out over the ocean.
It is dolphins! Oh, I'm so glad we came here tonight. This is so awesome! Have you ever seen anything quite like it?
No, this is incredible. She gazes out at the picturesque scene for a moment, and then several things happen all at once.
Whoa, what's happening?
Too quickly for you to react, and yet somehow with agonizing slowness the railing, and in fact the whole patio, collapses into the sea. Felicia tries to jump for safety as soon as she feels everything begin to move, but she's not quite quick enough. You lose sight of her in the churning water amidst all the debris from the deck. That was the last time you saw her. The currents near there are known to be treacherous, and they never did manage to find a body. The end. Okay. It's a good thing this is a game, huh? Why don't I... Oh, you're early, yes. Changing plans, we won't go out to dinner tonight. It's too dangerous.
What do you mean too dangerous? Is this some kind of weird joke you're playing on me? I can never really tell if you're joking or you mean something.
Well, I was thinking maybe we could just go for a drive or something instead of dinner.
Well, that might be fun after, but before we do that, I'm actually kind of hungry. And you did promise me we would meet somewhere for dinner tonight. How about if we go for dinner first and drive after?
No, seriously, we can't do this. You might die.
Is this some kind of a weird death threat? What's going on? You're kind of starting to creep me out here.
It's complicated. No, I'm not kidding. You're in terrible danger and we need to get you somewhere safe.
Okay, this is all pretty weird. I mean, you seem pretty insistent that dinner was... I feel like I'd be an idiot to ignore someone talking about me dying. This isn't the kind of thing that happens in real life, you know. Someone I've known for a while just coming up and telling me I'm going to die tonight. I mean, what's going to happen? What makes you think I'm going to die? We're going for dinner, for goodness sakes. It's not a war zone. What's the worst that could happen at a simple dinner?
Well, you might just end up dead from a peanut allergy.
Ha! You worry too much. That's clearly not going to happen. Where did you even come up with that? Have you just been sitting home today coming up with things that could go wrong tonight?
Lighten up, we're just gonna have dinner. There's not a whole lot that can actually go wrong with dinner. Fine, I give up. Let's have dinner. We'll just have to be extra careful, I guess. Deal! Where do you want to meet anyway? How about Thai food? I've never had Thai, that sounds fun. Okay. Always wanted Thai food. Okay. Aha! New option. Actually, the pad Thai has peanuts in it. Wait, for real? Oh, what? Wow, I'm glad you told me. I'm actually like super allergic to peanuts. That could have been really bad. Actually, it was kind of silly how they found out. When I was little, I saw elephants on TV and decided that I wanted to be an elephant when I grew up. So I ate some peanuts that my dad had left out. My face swelled up, got all puffy, and I was convinced that it was me turning into an elephant just like I'd planned. So I stumbled into the living room with my face at like twice its normal size and slurred out, "Look, Mama! Look, Dada! I'm gonna be an elephant!" After I got back from the emergency room, we laughed at that for years. She looks almost wistful. How did you know I was allergic? I don't think I've ever told you anyone at school. Okay, so yeah, I was just making, I'm actually a wizard, I'm psychic, I'm actually from the future, or I reloaded from a save game. I'm actually a wizard. Are you serious? Got ya! No, I'm just kidding. Suddenly the restaurant is full of yelling, and there are shiny pieces of metal flying everywhere. Your last thought is something like, wait, why are there ninjas in a Thai restaurant? Ninjas are Japanese! Before you're hit on the head with a nunchuck and everything goes dark. You never do find out what the attack was about. Some kind of underworld power struggle, oddly themed gang warfare, sinister Naruto cosplayers. In the end, it doesn't really matter. 12 people died in the attack. Felicia was one of them. No! And you never even found out what it was about. My date has ended in disaster once more. Ring ring. Skip. Actually, I don't think we want to meet her tonight after all. She seems hurt that you cancelled your plans. When you see her the next day, she's friendly enough, but there's a barrier between you now. You remain friendly acquaintances, but that's as far as it ever goes. You never do manage to ask her for dinner again. Eventually, she starts seeing someone else. Years later, they have started a life together and are extremely happy. You try not to envy them, but sometimes you wonder if things might have gone differently. I never got a date, but at least Felicia survived, so this is a winning move, apparently. Depending upon... although I didn't really win, but Felicia won. But is Felicia really a character? Is that Felicia really a person that matters? Okay, well, let's try burgers. Maybe I can help her out. Everything smells so good. I will have... maybe having a swished burger will help. Your meal is served and you both dig in. She sighs. I'm not going to ask her about her dad. After a minute or two of poking at her food, she brightens up. She takes another big bite out of her burger. So, I've been thinking lately about school and what comes after. Wait. Some kind of commotion. Something happening out there. Okay, Felicia, this is important. I need you to duck. Now. She stares at you blankly for a moment, not sure if you're joking or not, and then awkwardly hunches over. There's a loud sound from outside and an explosion of plaster showers down from the wall she was sitting in front of moments ago. Oh my god, was that gunfire? Did you just save my life? What? How did you know that was going to happen? I'm actually from the future. Really? Are you serious? That's a pretty incredible claim. Do you have any way to prove that? I mean, I'm really grateful you just saved my life and all. What is this being... How do you really... from the future? Well, the Giants are going to win the playoffs again. That's kind of far off. That's not very convincing, at least not yet. Points for effort, though. I guess I was hoping for something I could check sooner. She pauses, deep in thought. For a moment, the only sound is the hustle and bustle of the restaurant, punctuated by a brief clatter as one of the servers stumbles and drops a stack of plates. Felicia seems not to notice. I'm feeling kind of rattled from tonight. Let's go home and I'll call you tomorrow. You finish your burgers and head out. You haven't made it more than a foot from the door, though, when a car crashes into the front of the restaurant. Unfortunately, the two of you are directly in its path. You are flung to the side, but Felicia is not so lucky. The ambulance arrives quickly, but she doesn't even make it to the hospital before succumbing to internal bleeding and a punctured lung. Oh no, what a dating disaster. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, you're early, you must be calling about tonight. I meant to ask where we were meeting. Let's go back to the taco place. Hooray for taco night! This was a good idea. Everything's better with tacos. Okay, we've done all this. How about out in the patio? Take your seats and start looking at the menu. I'll have enchiladas this time. Not tempting. Fish tacos. Okay. Yes, I can be pretty obsessed. Are those dolphins? Oh, it's the dolphins again. It is dolphins. I'm so glad we came here tonight. This is awesome. Actually, Felicia, this is really important. Take 2 steps to your left right now. She turns around, obviously a bit surprised at your tone, but immediately takes a step to the left. What? Was I in the way, or... Holy crap! The portion of the deck where she was just standing abruptly collapses into the water. I was almost standing there. Holy crap, that was close. I could have died. How did you know the deck was going to give? And it was safe over there? I'm actually from the future. Really, are you serious? It's a pretty incredible claim. See that server over there in 30 seconds? Wait, how did I know that? Because I wasn't at this particular restaurant when this happens. Wait, you serious? She turns around to look. He looks fine to me. Is this some kind of... The server trips and goes down with a loud clatter, dropping a full load of plates. That's very interesting. It's like the 3 restaurants are kind of quantum linked. How do you do that? Seriously, how do you do that? Are you really for real about being from the future? Honestly, I'm trying to figure out why you die at the end of nearly every timeline I've seen, and if there's anything I could do to stop it. Oh, that sounds pretty grim. Do you know how this one ends? Not yet. So then there's still hope? What's this all about? I'm actually secretly a superhero. I'd tell you my superhero name, but it's classified. Are you like some kind of, I don't know, psychop or something? That sounds awesome. Oh, you're not a supervillain, are you? You don't look all creepy like Psycho Mantis, but maybe you're just using your mind powers to make me think you don't look creepy. Ah, but I see you like Castlevania. Aha ha ha ha. But Psycho Mantis is from Metal Gear Solid. No, I'm not a supervillain. Oh, whew. You'd swear she seems almost disappointed. So, what do we do now? Now we finish dinner. That's a plan I can get behind. So, if you don't mind me asking, what's it like being a psychic? I thought I said I was a time traveler. Suddenly, you're interrupted by screams and the sounds of things breaking. Your first thought is that suddenly there are snakes everywhere. Soon enough, though, you realise your mistake. It's actually just tentacles. Countless tentacles coming up from every window and opening, boiling up from the rolling waters beneath the restaurant. Not snakes at all, you think to yourself, as Felicia is pulled out of a window with a tentacle wrapped around her. Over a foot in diameter. That must get a very big window then. Just a sea monster. This game really hates Felicia. Okay, maybe I can leave the restaurant before that happens. Or... Change in plans, we can't do dinner tonight. Is this some kind of weird joke you're playing on me? I can never tell. Okay. You're in terrible danger. Come with me if you want to live. Wait. Oh yeah.
Ha! Nice. Seriously, where are we getting dinner?
No, for real. We can't go to dinner. It's too dangerous. Look, there's a lot I don't know about what's going on, but I do know this. If we go to dinner tonight, one or maybe both of us are going to end up dead.
Okay, this is all pretty weird. I mean, you seem pretty insistent that dinner tonight would be disastrous.
Someone I've known for a while, blah blah blah. Well, sea monster.
Ha! You worry too much. That's clearly not going to happen. There's not a whole lot that could go wrong with it.
No, what can I do to convince you that this is a bad idea?
Okay, let me turn it around then. What can you do to convince me that going to dinner is a bad idea? Sitting here at home after a completely near-death experience-free day, it's hard to imagine anything really bad happening like you're saying. So what can you say to make me believe that make me believe you that I'm actually in terrible danger and somehow you're the only one that knows anything about it?
God, I'm terrible. I know that you still miss your dad and fantasize about getting him and your mum back together.
Why would you even bring that up? How do you even know about that? Have you been talking to Mum or stalking me something?
I'm not sure I'm comfortable with you digging around my personal life. I'm gonna call off dinner tonight.
You're at least creep me out enough to get out of dinner at any rate. I'm gonna find something myself. We'll talk tomorrow, I guess.
After a few moments, there is the sound of an airplane getting closer and closer, followed by one of the loudest noises you have ever heard. The TV in the background switches to an emergency report about the plane crash and fires that are happening right now. Even before the news confirms it, though, you have a pretty good idea exactly who the plane crashed on top of. You didn't even get to have a date, and it still ended in disaster. Okay. Where can we go now?
Oh, you must be calling about tonight. I have to ask where we're meeting.
Okay, let's go to Burgers again.
My doubts when you mentioned this place, a bit of sketching.
Right, okay, so we can't go, she's got a duck, and we can't leave because the car's going to crash through the front of this place. Bacon burger, I'll have a cheddar burger with bacon. Say nothing, keep eating. Okay, I need you to duck! Okay. I'm a psychic. No, really, I know. I'll prove it. Think of a number. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna quick save here so I get it right. Which one's your guess? 77. Ha! Got you. It's -8. No one ever guesses negative numbers. Suddenly, everything goes white and you're flying through the air. What? Then everything goes black. You find out later from the hospital that there was a gas explosion. Striking with the luck of the mindless, one of the bullets managed to hit the fuel line for the gas ovens. You're shaken, bruised, but ultimately okay. Unfortunately, I'll bet you Felicia does not make it. Sadly, the same could not be said for Felicia. The best that the doctors will tell you is that at least it was quick. But sadly, she did not survive. Oh no, what a disaster. Okay, back to the burger joint. See if I can... No, wait a second. The burger joint explodes, so I can't talk... I'll go to the... Where can I go? I'll go to the Thai place. Oh wait, I cancelled the thing back. Completely by accident, I cancelled it. Okay. Yes. Hello, I'm gonna be Thai food tonight again. What are the odds of ninjas happening twice? This would be fun. Actually, pad Thai's dangerous. Actually, I'm psychic. No, prove it. I'll think of a number. Aha, save it now. Look, I remember. I know that she guesses 8. That was luck. Do it again. I get a new number. 7.553. If you're really a mind reader, you've known decimal points. The natural enemies are frauds, you know. Yeah, totally did that. But you know what? Quick save is the natural weapon that I should be using here. Do it again. 7.5.
Okay, it's getting harder to explain these by luck. That's actually kind of creepy. Let's assume for the moment I believe you. Why are you telling me this? What's this all about?
Actually, what I really need is some way to convince you to trust me so I can phone her. Huh? That's a weird thing to need. You need some way of convincing me to trust you?
But I already trust you, I think.
It's kind of worrying, asking me to trust you when I already do.
It's one of those things that, when you say it, has basically the opposite effect you want. It's like saying, I'm not crazy, have you ever noticed that? But yeah, are you worried that evil mind soldiers will make me forget you or something? Wait, are you gonna make me forget you? Like Men in Black? What exactly are we asking for here and why?
Yeah, exactly. No. Yeah, exactly. Enemy mind soldiers. I need to be able to get you to trust me, I'm afraid I'm going to have to erase your memory of tonight. No, nothing like that. I just need, I don't know, some way to convince you that I'm not a creepy stalker if, hypothetically, you thought I was one. That's an oddly specific, hypothetical situation.
You're really making me start to wonder if this whole thing isn't some kind of a setup. I still don't know how you guessed my numbers, but everything since then makes me really suspicious. I think I'm done here tonight. I need to digest all of this. We'll talk again tomorrow, I guess.
You finish your Thai food and head out. You haven't made it more than a foot from the door, though, when the car crashes into the front of the restaurant. Yes, okay. Okay, once more. We could be resaving taco night, right? I guess the front door of the taco place is bad. Let's sit in the patio. Fiesta salad. Okay, fish tacos, etc., etc. Not normally obsessive. Yeah, I can be pretty single-minded. Oh, dolphins. Actually, this is real important. Step out the way. Could have died. I reloaded from a save game. What's that supposed to mean? I don't understand what you just said. I mean, this is a video game. You died, I've got a game over, and so I hit reload so I could try different choices. I'm gonna quick save here. That sounds kind of far-fetched, but wow, would it be nice to just hit reload on our mistakes, huh? So, don't take this the wrong way, but I still think you're sort of full of it. Although I really appreciate the part where you saved my life and all, but I don't understand why you'd then turn around and give such an implausible explanation for how you did it. The whole thing just feels like one big setup or super elaborate practical joke. Like as soon as I do something embarrassing like saying I believe you, a hidden cameraman will jump out and there will be streamers, and the next thing you know I'm the next YouTube sensation, gullible girl with 6 million hits. 6 million, I'd love that. Okay. Okay. Wait, I can't save it here, can I? Okay, here's what we do. Think of a word, an interesting one. Now tell me what it is. Well, this is a pretty lame trick. I meant, the world is peristaltis, but just asking for it straight up isn't very impressive. But reloading? Think of a word, an interesting one. Okay, it was peristaltis. Can we move on now? What? How did you... That's really eerie. Okay, so let's assume that I accept for a moment there's at least some weird crap going on that I should take things at face value. What is this all about? You're a character in a video game, and every time you die. Okay, I guess that sucks for you, but I'm not sure what you're expecting me to feel sympathy here now, or what. So now that I didn't die, does that mean you win now? I don't know, I've never gotten this far before. Well, let's make the best of it. I certainly support your goal of me not dying. Let's go find someplace safer before the sea monster arrives. Finish your tacos and head out. Car crash. Reload. Okay. The world is a computer simulation. Neat, then do you know Kung Fu? Do I look like a bunch of numbers in your Neovision? Do something cool since you're the one! My Kung Fu is not for showing off at dinner. Aww. Can you do something cool, though? You can't just do some crazy mind-dreaming trick like that and claim to be some magical universe hacker and leave me hanging, you know? Do I have to wait until I'm in trouble again before you leap into action with your wire-fu karate skills? I wonder how long I'll have to wait. Suddenly you're interrupted by screams and a lot of things breaking, and a reload. You're not actually real. Okay. What does that mean exactly? I mean, I've taken Philosophy 101. Sure, we could all be brains in jars, living simulations or whatever. Or I guess, as you're saying, computer programs that only think they're people. But if illusion is good enough that I can't tell, how does that affect me? For that matter, how do you know that you're even real? Maybe you just think you're playing a game with me in it, that you're really part of a different game for someone else. Well, I just pushed this button on my screen to say this, so I'm definitely playing a game. What? Your game has buttons? Hello, the 90s called, they want their interfaces back. My game is a state-of-the-art voice-activated, hyper-threaded, real-time reality-based gameplay. Take that! Okay, fine. Your game is better. Ha! Suddenly, we're interrupted. I'm trying to figure out how to stop you dying all the time. But didn't you already do that? You already saved my life tonight. Aren't we in the clear now? Actually, no, you're still gonna die. This is a bad day for you. Oh. That sucks. I guess means I don't have to feel guilty about ordering dessert at least. Hey, this isn't some kind of trick or something, is it? I mean, the part where you saved my life and then knew the word I was thinking was kind of convincing. But I'm going to be kind of mad if it turns out you blew my diet for nothing. Suddenly you're interrupted by screams and the sound of a lot of things break. Okay. I need your help I need you to help me solve a puzzle. I think I know what to do, but you keep accusing me of being a crazy stalker. Huh? Seriously? You're serious? What in the world were you going to make me think you were a stalker? I told you things I picked up from other save load sessions, but you figured out I must have been stalking you to know them. Huh, that kind of makes sense. I am pretty paranoid. If you dump that on me all at once, I'd totally freak out. Probably freak out. I mean, I'm kind of freaked out as it is, but at least I'm getting to the point where I'm willing to accept that something weird is going on down, you know. So I guess the trick is, how do you convince me to trust you in a hurry? That's kind of a tough one. I guess you'd be able to need to tell me something non-threatening, but also mysterious enough to pique my interest. So even if I wasn't sure how you did it, I'd be interested enough to play along, huh? If I'm calling you a crazy stalker, it would need to be something you couldn't possibly know, even if you were stalking me. So, let me think. This is hard. How about something totally random like your favorite wrestler? Seriously? I can't tell if you're joking or not. She shows you her backpack. On the back you can see it has a hand-embroidered letters reading, Macho Man Randy Savage Forever. Sorry, yeah, that wouldn't be too hard for someone to guess. I'll see if I can think of something better. Maybe. Ooh, I've got an idea! I had a sort of secret name for one of my favourite places, actually. It's up in Moores Hill, outside of town. I don't think I ever told anyone this, but in my head at least, I always called it the local Hogwarts pickup stop. I may have had fantasies about being carried off to Hogwarts when I was little. Don't judge me. Anyway, I'm nearly positive I never told anyone about that. Will that do? Perfect, that should do the trick. Yay, I'm glad I could help. So, will this help save my life? Suddenly you're interrupted by screams. Start game. Okay. We're planning. Change in plans, we can't go out. Actually, there's a slight change in plan. Meet me at the local Hogwarts pickup stop, and I'll tell you all about it. Why can't you tell me now? Wait! How do you even know about the local Hogwarts pickup stop? Are we talking about the same place?
Let me think. No, I'm positive I never told anyone about that. I didn't even write it in my diary. There's literally no way you could know about that. That thing that you just said. It's not scientifically possible. You are not scientifically possible. You've got me really curious now. Something weird is clearly going on around here. It involves my secret Hogwarts stuff, so I aim to get to the bottom of it. Okay, so here's what we do. Go to that spot now. You'll come. I'll meet you there. We end up at the same spot where there is no possible way you could know about. Then you will have a lot of explaining to do.
There's a click as the phone is hung up. You head directly out to Moors Hill, only to find Felicia has gotten there ahead of you. Given that she lives further away, you assume this means she was in a hurry. The hill is peaceful, and the stars are just starting to come out. You can see the whole town spread in front of you. I'm sensing an endgame approaching. Felicia doesn't say anything until you approach and doesn't even seem to be looking at you. Only after you sit down next to her does she finally acknowledge your presence.
Alright, I'm here. And you have some explaining to do.
Saving.
Let's just start with the big question. Just what exactly is going on? Tell me the truth.
Okay, well, the video game things seem to work pretty well. Everything here, including you, is a video game that I'm playing.
Go on.
This isn't the first time... Oh, wait.
How does that explain you knowing things I've never told you anyone?
You did tell me in an earlier playthrough.
So it was me that told you, and I just don't remember it because I don't happen to be in this session or something? I guess that kind of makes sense in a Twilight Zone sort of way. So what's all this about, this game? I mean, what are you trying to do in it?
You keep dying in stupid ways, and then the game ends. I'm trying to figure out how to keep you alive.
Oh, that's pretty dark. So does that mean that I wouldn't have survived if we'd gone out to dinner like we planned? What exactly would have happened at dinner?
Occasionally you get killed by ninjas.
Wait, seriously? This game is kind of campy, isn't it? Wait a minute, from the way you said that. Exactly how many times have you had to watch me die?
So far, 10 times in 8 different ways.
Jeez. I had no idea. And you counted each one?
No, the game just gave me that number and I'm trusting that it got it right.
Oh. I can't decide if that makes the whole thing more macabre or less. So let me get this straight. You're playing a game. A game in which I seem destined to die if we go out for dinner. So this time you convinced me to come up here instead of going to dinner because if we go to dinner, I'm basically doomed. So what does that mean now since we didn't go to dinner? Am I in the clear?
I haven't seen this one yet, but I'm hopeful.
Oh, good. Well, you apparently are the expert in me dying, so that's probably a good sign. So now what? I guess we just talk and see what happens. This is all. It's too big to take in at once, almost. I'm kinda out of my depth here.
She laughs suddenly.
I was going to say that I've never been in this situation before. I'm not really sure how to react. But if what you're saying's true, I've been in this situation a lot of times so far. I still don't know how to react though. I'm kinda in shock and going on autopilot. I really want to not believe you about any of this, but somehow I know you're telling me the truth. Well, here we are. We successfully cheated my death, even if it's only for a little bit. What should we talk about? Hey, look over there at the burger shack!
In the night stillness, the sound of gunshots is quite clear, even from far away. Oh, I missed one. Just as they start to arrive, there is a bright flash and another loud noise. I guess that was police flashing lights and stuff. The burger shack now seems to be very much on fire.
Wow, I've been thinking about asking if you wanted to do burgers tonight. Guess I can see how that would have turned out.
The night silence surrounds you. The time is about right. Check out the Thai restaurant. For a moment, neither of you can really see anything amiss, but then a motion catches your eye. Felicia obviously sees it too. At first it looks just like shadows, flowing from rooftop to rooftop.
Wait, are those ninjas?
Yeah, if we'd had Thai food, you would have been killed when they attacked the restaurant.
But that stupid ninjas are Japanese. Why would they show up at a Thai restaurant? This game of yours is kind of absurd,
The ninjas leap from rooftop to rooftop, almost eerie in the fluidity of their motion. When they reach the roof of the Thai restaurant, they regroup, and then in one smooth movement, flip over the roof and into the windows. The faint sound of yelling reaches you atop the hill. Suddenly there is a light and movement in the sky. Moments later, another, and the sky is full of them.
Meteors!
Shooting stars raining down from the sky, your own personal celestial fireworks display.
Ooh, this is beautiful. Did you know these would be here? Is this why you picked this spot?
She gazes up in silent wonder. If memory serves, things should be going down at the Taco Palace right about now. She looks out towards the water. After a brief moment, she gives a small gasp. The taco are in motion. At first it's difficult to tell exactly what is going on, but then your brain starts to piece together what you're seeing. The entire building is covered in tentacles, livid green in the harsh illumination of the outdoor lamps. From the thrashing of the water, it is clear that they are attached to something truly massive. It never becomes visible, though. Instead, the Taco Palace supports buckle, and with a groan, the whole building is pulled into the churning water. Felicia is quiet, watching it sink under the waves.
I never thought I'd say this, but some of the ways I apparently die are straight out of B-movies.
One of the shooting stars catches your eye. It's looking especially bright.
Oh wow, look at that one!
With a monstrous roaring noise, it gets bigger and bigger. There is a flash and a boom that you feel through your feet as much as your ears. When you can see again, there is a smoking crater, centered almost exactly where Felicia was sitting. Her hat, still on fire, gently drifts to the ground at your feet. It's the only thing that survives the meteor's impact. Reload! Okay, everything here, go on. You did tell me earlier playthrough, keep dying in stupid ways, get hit by a car. Wait a minute, I thought you said that 11 times. I'm trusting the number. I'm not here, honestly, I've died everywhere else, I wouldn't get your hopes up. Oh, brutal honesty. It's like, take it, understand, hold out at the end of the right. Okay, guess we'll talk about something again.
Kinda out of my depth here.
She laughs suddenly.
I'm gonna say I've never been in this situation before. Somehow I know you're telling me the truth.
Actually, you should come sit here on the other side of the bench.
Oh, okay. More cheating death, I presume?
A shooting star is going to land right about where you're sitting in a few minutes.
Wait, seriously? Is it just me or these deaths getting more and more improbable?
She moves over to the opposite side of the bench.
So, if death is averted, what kills me after that? Or am I in the clear?
I don't know yet. This is new to me too.
Ooh, exciting. But given that I've already died several times today, you'll understand if I remain a bit on edge.
The night silence surrounds you. It's about time to check out the Thai restaurant. Looks like it. Ninjas, wow. This game of yours is kind of absurd. Suddenly there's another light movement in the sky. Beautiful things. Taco Palace disappearing into the water. B-movies. Oh wow, look at that one. With a monstrous rolling noise, it gets bigger and bigger. There's a flash and a boom, and you feel it through your feet as much as your ears. When you can see again, there is a smoking crater about 10 feet across, centered almost exactly where Felicia had been sitting before she moved.
Whew! Well, that was exciting. You even warned me and everything, and it was still scary.
The shooting stars continue their silent, fiery cascade across the sky.
What's that? Look! The stars are changing colour.
You look up and realise she's right. Now the shooting stars are changing. Where before they were just quick white scratches against the sky, now they are slower streaks of all different colours. They seem to be moving more slowly as well. One of the larger ones passes almost directly overhead. It looks a little odd though. It almost seems like... Oh, come on! Flying saucers? Seriously? I don't mean to criticise, but this game of yours is not even pretending to take itself seriously anymore. At that moment, there is a blinding green light and a sound not unlike a giant rubber band twanging. A shaft of light lances down from one of the saucers overhead and bathes you both in a greenish radiance. You have just enough time to hear Felicia mutter, "Seriously?" before you are both reduced to stardust by the alien's cosmic rays. Reload! Okay. It's just a video game. You play through Twilight Zone. I'm trying to find a good ending. I haven't found one. Okay. So us going out to dinner as planned must have been a bad ending then. What exactly happened at dinner? You died a lot of stupid ways. That's pretty vague. Wait a minute. The way you said that. 12 times in 10 different ways. You counted each one? No, the game told me. More macabre, less. So what does that mean for now? Since I'm not sure, but honestly, you died everywhere else, wouldn't you? No, actually, you're still kind of doomed. So why did you bother bringing me here then? We talk about a lot of different things up here than we do down there, and I need your help. I'm hoping you can help me figure out what I'm missing. Well, I certainly have a vested interest. I'll obviously do whatever I can. So now what? I guess we just talk and see what happens? This is all too big to take in at once, almost. I'm kind of out of my depth here. She laughs suddenly. But if what you're saying is true, I've been in this situation lots of times. I really want to believe you about this, but somehow I know you're telling me the truth. You've successfully cheated my death, even if it's only for a bit. Actually, you should come and sit on the other side of the bench. Okay, more cheating death, I assume? A shooting star's gonna land. Now, this is just a temporary minute measure, but it buys you 5 minutes, tops. Figures. So what gets me next time? Okay, if you insist, we die when aliens invade. Aliens? Like, from across the border, or the space kind? For real? You're serious? This day just gets less and less plausible. Okay, so there will be space aliens. What comes after that? I don't know yet. Got it. One thing at a time, I guess. The night silence around you. I wish I knew what this was all about. It's a pretty big question. I assume you mean about the game you're playing, but you have to admit, game or no game, it's the right kind of question to be pondering on a hilltop looking up at the stars. Hey, I can't see the game. I mean, I see the absurd things that have been going on tonight, and your explanation rings true and all, but from my point of view, I'm not in a game, and it's still a good question. Maybe the answers are the same. You're basically asking, why do bad things happen, right? That's something people have been asking since forever. I guess. I doubt I'll get a satisfactory answer from a game, though. Yeah, that would be kind of a tall order. Maybe that's not what this game is about. That question might just be tangential to whatever the author is trying to tell you. So maybe we're not asking the right questions then. After all, the game is clearly about something. I don't know what the game looks like from your end, but from mine, well, I can't see anyone going through the trouble of making a game as weird as this without having something on their mind that they wanted to say. Say, what does a game look like to you anyway? To me it just looks like, life. What's it look like to you? It's set up like a visual novel. I see pictures and I pick choices from a menu. Oh, that sounds pretty low budget. It's too bad. If I'm not actually real and my whole existence is actually a lie and all that, it'd be nice to at least know it was a high budget lie with nice graphics. Suddenly there's light movement in the sky. Meteors, shooting stars. Oh, this is beautiful. Yes. See, I wish I could figure out how to win this. I don't know. Have you done a reasonable job so far, right? Apparently you saved me from a lot of things that might have happened. So I guess you're doing okay so far. Yeah, but now I'm stuck. You'll figure it out. You got this far, right? I wish I could be more help. I feel like I've been very helpful so far, except for occasionally following instructions not to die. I guess this really is a video game, and I'm a character in it, and the game wants me to be dead. Then I probably won't be allowed to just hand you the answer. If this is a video game, and you're spending all of your time trying to save me, I wonder if that means that it will get blasted for promoting unfortunate gender stereotypes. Yet another helpless girl to rescue. Why can't we always be the medium beyond these Stone Age stereotypes, which always seems to treat women as mere objects to be rescued? And to be voiced by men with high-pitched voices. That would serve the author right. Although, I guess one question I have is, what do you mean win? What would winning a game like this mean? What exactly are you looking to get out of this? An ending different from all the others, ideally, where you don't die. Are you really just waiting for the game to pat you on the head and say, well done, you finally did the right thing? Well, I bet this, I'm part of the game, right? Can I do it? Here. Congratulations! A winner is you! You've beaten the game. Well done. I assume that message that you were looking for show up on your screen, right? Does that count? No, not really. No, not really. That's too bad. Guess I'm not official enough or something. I'll go grab my top hat and monocle, but I doubt I'll have time at this point. So, you seem convinced that it's even possible to win this game. Well, making a game with no good endings would be kind of a dick move. Oh, sorry, she asked. How do you know a good ending even exists? Well, making a game with no good endings would be kind of a dick move. Yeah, maybe. Although, not all books end happily. Maybe not all games do either. That does seem like a weird game to make, though. A happy start to the day and then just everything ending badly no matter what you do. I guess it could be a commentary on the pointlessness of life and, oh, the sadness and everything will die, woe is me. But if I had to rate my life so far, or even my days so far, it doesn't feel like a goth emo game of darkness, howling wind, void. I don't know. I don't pretend to know what this is all about, but from what I've told you, you've told me, from what I've seen, I don't think it's as simple as that. But I do think the author is just saying, aha, you played my game with no ending, however long. You wasted your time, LOL. One of the shooting stars catches your eye. It's looking especially bright. Wow, look at that one! Monstrous cloud, impact, explosion. What am I missing here? Well, according to you, what you're missing is the answer to a puzzle. Although, if you want my opinion, you might also be missing a clear idea of exactly what it will look like when you find it. But let's think it through. You've gotten this far by saving and loading your games to make sure that you never make mistakes, right? But now you're worried there might not actually be a choice you can make that leads you to what you want. If you'd reached the end of what you can accomplish with good choices, then all that's left are bad choices, right? What else can you do, right? If your choices are all bad ones, then you either have to pick one anyway, or stop playing by the game's rules. So, She nervously fiddles with her hat for a moment. Did you ever see the movie Groundhog Day with Bill, what's his name, Murray? Bill Murray, I think. Yeah, I remember that movie. Oh, cool, wasn't that a great movie? Anyway, I'm just thinking about how the movie ended. He kept doing all the things with the townsfolk and making changes, but ultimately, he couldn't get out until he changed himself in some way. I wonder if this is sort of like that. Obviously, it isn't a perfect analogy, but maybe the choice you need to make to win isn't something you can do, but rather something you have to be? The shooting stars continue their silent, fiery cascade across the sky. Why is this game so hard? I assume it's hard because it's trying to tell one of us something. Though I guess another option is that you're just bad at games. I am indeed bad at games. But it sounds like you've already made it a ways in this one. If you've averted my death multiple times already. Maybe the problem is, you're looking for the wrong thing. You got this far by saving and reloading away all those mistakes until you had a day when you had done everything perfectly, right? And now we're here. She gestures up at the sky, still covered in shooting stars. Which, honestly, is still kind of perfect in its own way. Even knowing that I'm probably going to die soon, it's still kind of magical. She's quiet for a moment. This actually reminds me of a different game now that I think of it. Did you ever play Chrono Trigger back on the Super Nintendo? Did I ever play that game? Oh yeah. I remember that game. Yeah, wasn't the game great? It had that ending though that reminded me of this. Do you remember how the game ended if you died? Whenever you hit the game over, it would show you the world of the future right as disaster hit. Explosions spread across it, and you saw the planet from space slowly turning grey. But then it had this horrible alien sound and the words appeared saying, "But the future refused to change." It gave me the chills as a kid. Honestly, it was way more powerful than just a generic game over screen. Anyway, I'm just reminded of it because, well, yeah, all of this. You're basically trying to do the same thing, fix the bad future that you know is coming, but it keeps refusing to budge. I'm not sure what to suggest if you were playing Chrono Trigger. You could go and punch an alien until the future got better. That solution might not be applicable to the problem, though. She sighs. It was such a good game. Yes, it was. Look, I think your aliens have arrived. The city is burning. Sure enough, the air is now full of flying saucers. Whizzing about, several buildings are visibly on fire. Guess you were right about all of this. It's probably safe to stop hoping that this is all some kind of a trick or something. Somehow, though, I thought, I knew, ever since we came up here, that what you were saying was true. I'm glad we waited for it like this. It feels braver, facing it head on. Guess this is the end. Got any last words? Do you think this is the ending the author had in mind? How should I know? I've already established that I'm probably not a good source of insight into the author's mind. That being said, though, somehow I doubt it. That moment! Rubber banding! No, look, she gave us the clue. Right? She talked about thinking outside the box. She talked about changing. Right? This is what I have to do. I have to quit. And you go look in the game directory. If you look under the game directory, how to be a hacker.txt. I am a hacker. Open the I am the hacker file. I'm going to select using Notepad or whatever. I did it in VI on my Mac. Set I am a hacker to true and save the file. And reload the game. And record again. And now it says I can start the game. Ring, 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 ring. Hello, you might be calling. Where are we going to have dinner? Actually, I thought we could have an awesome dinner at my floating sky castle because I am a hacker. Ooh, that sounds nice. I'm also maybe a hacker, but I'm a terrible impersonator of female voices. Two of you have a delicious dinner in your magical floating sky castle. Afterwards, you fly to her home because you can fly, because you're a hacker and super awesome. She grabs the mail on the way in and discovers that she has won like 6 different lotteries and is now independently wealthy. She also now owns a small island paradise in the Caribbean full of endangered wildlife and stuff. She is super happy. She moves there the next month and has a happy, long and fulfilling life taking care of exotic animals and playing with Bengal tigers. She lives happily ever after, and you do too sometimes when you visit, which you do by flying, which you can do because you are an awesome hacker. everyone involved lives happily ever after and nothing bad happens to them ever. And sometimes you think, man, what a great life I have. Good thing I'm a hacker. The end. You are an awesome hacker. And that is what I'm saying. This is the anti-rogue. The way you play the game is you reload, you get to the end. And eventually you cheat to win because you are an awesome hacker. And I am Scott Manley. Fly safe.